In this video, I will show you how you can scrape a job board to Airtable using Byteline. Byteline provides an advanced Airtable integration which enables you to insert, update and delete records from Airtable just by configuring a single task node. For the setup, I have ZipRecruiter. So we're gonna scrape these jobs, and on the Airtable side, I have this table with 4 columns or 5 columns actually. So link, title, location, description, and company. So let's start configuring the flow. So I will call it job board to Airtable, and for the trigger I'm gonna pick as a scheduler, and let's just keep the default values for the scheduler. Now the next task we need to configure is web scraper, and here is the ZipRecruiter site, and then I'm gonna use this Byteline's Chrome extension to configure the scraper. The way it works is, so you just keep on moving your cursor, and whichever element is highlighted, so you can double click on that to copy its XPath that you can just paste into the Byteline configuration. So let's do first thing for the title, and you wanna select the repeating element because we are scraping multiple jobs from this page. Let's call this array as jobs, and then this is the title. The next thing is the location. And then we have description. And then if you see, this is the company name. So let's click on that. Now the only thing pending is the link. So for that, you just go on the link and then double click and then select the link radio button. And now click on repeating element. So now we got all our 5 fields that we want to send to Airtable. And the only thing pending is URL. So just copy that. Okay, let's save this. And now let's do a test run to make sure the scraper is working fine. Okay, the scraper is complete. So now let's just verify all the information. Title, location, description, company, and link. So we got everything that we need. Okay, let's close this. So now let's configure the next task to export this data into Airtable. So for that, let's add the next node, and the node you want to pick is Airtable update records. So let's configure this. So the first thing we need is Airtable base ID. For that, click on this link, select your base, and this is and you need this ID. So copy that and paste into this field. And in my case, the table name is jobs. Now this will autocomplete and show you all the columns. So now the first thing you need to configure is the loop over. So this is an important field, and what it means is that you want to execute this task once for each job that you got in the scraper. So select this and pick web scraper. So that is easy enough to configure. So now let's move on to configure the mapping. So we're gonna use this expression selector, if you can see where my cursor is, to map each column to the web scraper field. So let's click this. So the first value is link, then title, here is the location, and description, and the company. Okay, so we got all the fields. So now let's save this. So that's all you need to for the Airtable configuration. Now let's do a test run and make sure that we got all the data in our this Airtable base. Okay, web scraper is complete. And the Airtable is also complete. So let's look into the stats. So it inserted 20 records into Airtable. And now if you go over here, so we got all 20 records here. And now the other interesting thing is the other advanced functionality that Byteline provides is that you can just use this Airtable task even to handle updates. And the way to do that is, so go into this advanced, and by default updates are skipped. So you select override. So basically you're saying that if there's any existing record, you just want to overwrite it. And the way you configure which records it should map to, basically how will it find the unique records. So for that you need to use the this primary key functionality. So if you can see this key, so by default it's saying like wherever the link matches, so that's the mapped record. So if the data that we are sending, so its link field is equal to any existing record within Airtable, so it's gonna update that row. But in case of ZipRecruiter, I think the links are not unique. I think every time they are creating new links. So let's unselect this, and in our so for this case, let's pick primary keys as title, location, and company. So now it's gonna look for these three fields in each record, and if an existing record matches, so then it's just gonna update that. So let's save this, and now to test this out, let's just delete maybe 3 records. So now what will happen is it will insert 3 records, and the rest of the records it will just update. So now let's run this again. Okay, let's look into the stats again. So see, it inserted 3 records and updated 17. So as a result, we only have 21 records. So it's not gonna keep on inserting over and over, and you end with duplicate records. Okay, so thanks for watching this video.